Just 3 runners left.
Here it is, your time to shine. Don't mess it up. Let's play Gooey Game Show.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, run! Wipe out!
From the beginning, Michael was a man with a plan. On the Saturday afternoon of May 19th, 1984, during the second round of a taping of the CBS game show Press Your Luck, Michael put that plan into action. When all was said and done, Michael walked away with over $100,000 in cash and prizes. At the time, the largest one-day total ever won on a game show. This is how Michael Larson cracked the Press Your Luck game show code. Michael, a Mr. Softy ice cream truck vendor from the small town of Lebanon, Ohio, always had a tendency toward get-rich-quick schemes. He liked to watch infomercials that promised the viewer a secret to earning riches. Michael believed that game shows contained secret hacks, and that if he could just crack one, he'd win. In the fall of 1983, Michael became fascinated with Press Your Luck, a brand new daytime broadcast game show, which had premiered in September of that year. Press Your Luck was billed as a cutting-edge game show featuring flashy, technologically advanced audio-visual equipment. The game show had simple rules and a straightforward structure. Each episode began with the host asking 3 contestants a series of trivia questions. The opponents would buzz in. The first person to hit the buzzer would get to try to answer the question. Correct buzzer answers earned 3 spins, while correct multiple-choice answers earned 1 spin. At the end of each round, the players would take turns spinning on the massive game board called the Big Board. The Big Board was made up of 18 backlit squares, through which constantly rotated various cash and prizes such as appliances, jewelry, and vacation packages. The Big Board also contained a trick known as a whammy. During a spin, an indicator light rapidly shuffled around the squares, lighting them up. The player would then choose when to slam down a big red button, pulsing the indicator. The contestant then won whatever prize was featured on the illuminated square. At the end of each spin, the player had the option to press their luck by spinning again, or they could pass any remaining spins on to the next contestant. If a player landed on the show's trademark whammy, a tiny cartoon gremlin in a red suit would steal all the money they'd won up until that point, sending the hapless contestant back to 0, and passing the turn on to the next player. After obsessively watching Press Your Luck, including recording episodes to VHS and pausing to study various frames, Michael discovered that the light selector moved around the big board in 5 patterns. He also realized that when counted clockwise, with number 1 being the top left corner around the board, the 4th and 8th squares always had cash and never were whammies. Furthermore, square 4 always contained the largest cash amount, and in the second round, contestants were awarded an additional spin if they landed on those spots. Theoretically, Michael could play Press Your Luck Big Board in the second round for as long as he wanted if he could memorize and use the patterns. So that's exactly what he set out to do. Over the next several weeks, Michael memorized every possible pattern. Then in May of 1984, Michael scraped together some money and bought a discount airline ticket to fly to Los Angeles and audition for Press Your Luck. Though Michael was charismatic and clearly loved the show, later the show's contest coordinator Bob Edwards claimed that he had a funny feeling about Michael from the start and didn't trust him. Unfortunately, Bob's decision not to cast Michael was overruled by executive producer and director Bill Carruthers. Michael was booked as a contestant on the 4th episode of a Saturday afternoon taping. His episode was meant to air Friday, June 8, 1984. The two contestants competing against Michael were Janie Littress, a dental assistant, and Ed Long, a Baptist minister. Ed was Press Your Luck's returning current champion, having won $11,516 on the previous episode. The show began like any other, with an excited live studio audience and host Peter Tamarkin engaging in some friendly banter with contestants. Michael got off to a rocky start. On the second trivia question, he pressed the buzzer prematurely, interrupting Peter. He gave an answer in that addition to being wrong was quickly revealed to be a poor answer when Peter completed asking the question. Michael finished the round, earning only 3 spins, while Ed earned 4 and Janie 10. For the game rules, since Michael had the lowest number of spins, he got to play the big board first. On Michael's first spin, he faltered and hit a whammy. But then Michael took a deep breath and focused, concentrating on the board. He hit square number 4 twice for $1,250 and finished the round with $2,500. However, he was still in last place. Ed and Janie each finished the round without a whammy and won $4,080 and $4,608 respectively. In the second trivia round, Michael did slightly better and earned 7 spins. Once again, since he was in third place, he got to play first at the big board. Michael carefully relied on his pattern strategy, aiming for squares number 4 and number 8. He quickly won over $10,000. He also deviated from the pattern to win prizes, landing on square number 7, won him a trip to Kauai, Hawaii, worth $1,636. Square number 17 was worth $700 and a spin. Square number 6 earned Michael the pick a corner, and he was given the choice of $2,250 in square 1, $2,000 in square 10, or $1,500 and a spin in square 15. He chose number 1 with $2,250. Then he won a sailboat worth $1,015 by landing on square number 7. The directors began to get worried. An episode of Press Your Luck ran for 30-minute time slot, and generally, they would cut to commercials when a contestant hit a whammy, and there was a break in play. With Michael sticking to his memorized patterns and hitting targeted squares each time he spun, he was on a roll with no break in the gameplay. The director decided to simply keep filming. As Michael continued to spin, earning his way to $40,000, up in the control booth, the show's executives took notice. Something wasn't right. Michael was unnaturally lucky. The odds of hitting a whammy were 1 in 6 spins, and Michael had already spun over 10 times. Meanwhile, the studio audience was going wild, cheering Michael on each time he added more money to his winnings. Michael basked in the spotlight, grinning and raising his arms in victory each time he hit his desired square and racked up a win. Soon, he was at $50,000 and then $60,000. By this time, an astounded Peter was begging Michael to stop. The host's nerves were totally frazzled. Michael's opponents could only stand there, dumbstruck and confused. Behind the scenes, CBS executives were calling each other, trying to figure out a way to stop the game. The show was seriously losing money and in danger of going bankrupt. However, as Michael wasn't breaking any of the game's rules, the executives couldn't stop it. Finally, Michael stopped once he reached $102,851. By this time, he had made 40 spins on the board without hitting a whammy. For 37 of his spins, he had won cash. After announcing he was passing his remaining 4 spins, the audience gave Michael a standing ovation. Per Press Your Luck's rules, Janie received Michael's remaining 4 spins. However, since she was the leader after the first round, Ed, who was in second place and had 2 spins, got to go first. A flustered Ed immediately hit a whammy and lost the money that he had earned in the first round. Then Ed hit a square worth $5,000 in a spin. On his next spin, he won yet another spin, but then he hit a second whammy with his final spin and went back to $0.